You know, like most gun channels, I've done videos on gun-free zones. And we've always said how terrible we think the idea is and how it's just wrong, it's just misguided. It doesn't really make anybody safer, it just creates soft targets. Well, you know, someone posed a question in one of my comment sections the other day that made me start thinking that, well, maybe gun-free zones aren't completely bad. Maybe they're just slightly wrong. Maybe they almost got it right, but just not quite. Because the goals of these laws, these gun-free zones, are to prevent crime. It's to stop people from being victims. And, you know, and that's a noble effort. You know, you don't want children to be victims. You don't want the elderly to be victims. You don't want social workers and teachers and everything to be victims. So you think, well, that's a noble aspiration there. That's a noble idea. So how do we go about doing it? And people came up with gun-free zones. And did they get it right? No, I don't think they got it right. I think maybe they just got it kind of close to right. Because let's think, why are most people victims? Well, it's because they're weaker. People that are criminals love to prey on people that have a disadvantage, people that are weaker than them. So what would be the best way to prevent people from being victims? Because usually victims are, you know, the impoverished, the elderly, the disabled. Those are very easy targets. So how could we best prevent crime and prevent people from being victims? Make them able to defend themselves. So I guess what I'm saying that maybe it's not that gun-free zones is completely wrong. It's maybe just in the wrong order. Maybe it should be free gun zones. That way anyone that needs a gun, anyone that needs training in using a gun can go to these places, zones if you will, and get either a free gun or free training depending on their need and what they actually have to have done so that they can eliminate that discrepancy in their ability to defend themselves against people that would prey on them. And it wouldn't be that expensive. I mean, a few $100s a person for something this large. I mean, look how cheaply Glock sells guns to police departments. So imagine how much this would cost per grown adult in the country. Not much at all. I mean, just cut back on corporate welfare 10% this year, and we'd probably pay for the whole program. And then everybody could be able to defend themselves. Just think what it'd be like to be a criminal and think, now, man, I can't even break into this house because probably everybody in there's got a gun. And they're going to shoot me when I break in and try to rob or rape or murder them. And that's just not fair. And you also have to think, you know, I can't even carjack these people because if I go in there, they're going to have a gun. If I go up to the window, they're going to have a gun. They're going to point a gun at me and I'm going to get shot. And even if I can get my gun drawn first, everybody around me, there's probably 10 people around me, good concerned citizens, they're going to pull their guns and shoot me. So, man, I can't get away with anything. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to have to go get a job. And think if there were people in these soft target areas like office buildings and schools and stuff that when the bad guy knew, hey, there are adults in there that received free training and probably have guns that are going to take me out if I try to go in there and make myself famous. So it really works if you just change it a little bit. So in the end, maybe the government wasn't completely wrong. Maybe when they were making gun-free zones, they were on the right track. They just got a little bass-ackwards in the wording. You ain't even my real dad.